And in India, voting is currently underway for the first phase of assembly elections in India's Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The Union Territory is witnessing assembly elections after a period of 10 years. A voter turnout of more than 50% has been recorded in the first 10 hours of polling. Polling is being held in 24 assembly constituencies. 219 candidates across political parties are contesting the first phase of election in 7 districts of the Union Territory. More than 2.3 million voters are eligible to exercise their electoral franchise during the first phase. This includes 566,000 youth voters. Key constituencies of the valley have more than 3,200 polling stations set up ahead of the landmark elections. Phase 1 alone will see the deployment of more than 14,000 polling officials. Meanwhile, a 3-tier security system has been put in place across the Union Territory, guarding each and every polling booth. There are special polling booths with extra security in areas close to the line of actual control and international border. Results of the 3-phase assembly election will be declared on October 8th. The polls are a first since Jammu and Kashmir's special status was revoked. With a diversified political landscape that will witness over 40% candidates contesting as independents, the polls are critical to the valley's stability and security. Let's talk about these polls. Our special correspondent Idris Lone is now joining us live from Anantnag, Jammu and Kashmir. Good to see you, Idris Lone. Tell us more about these elections. What's happening so far? How is the polling so far?
Well, Eric, it's been a great day with regard to the polling. We've seen huge queues of people since morning coming to the polling booths, not only men but women also in big numbers, whether it was Anantnag, whether it was Kulgam, Shopian or Pulwama. All the districts in South Kashmir which were going for the polls today saw huge number of voters coming out and casting their vote. By 3 o'clock, the vote percentage was above 50%, and it seems it might have crossed at least 60% by now, although the official confirmation of it has not arrived to us yet. But it seems that all the previous records, especially of the last 3 decades, have been broken at this assembly elections. We had seen poll boycotts, at least for the last 3 decades, taking place across the Kashmir Valley. But this time, the assembly elections were happening after a decade, and that's one of the reasons we saw huge number of people coming out and casting the vote. And what's most interesting this time is that the number of independent candidates has also gone up. Around 50% of the candidates today in the fray were independent. We'd also seen the, if we talk about the alliances that were made by different political parties, which was the India Alliance, which consists of the National Conference Congress and the CPIM, are in direct context with BJP, and not only BJP, but there is another new alliance that was formed just days before the polling, which was with the Awami Ittihad Party of Engineer Rashid, who was languishing in the jail for the last 5.5 years and was released on bail for a month to campaign for his party. They forged an alliance with Jamaat-e-Islami, which is a banned organization in Jammu and Kashmir, and Jamaat members basically are fighting independently, and they have got support from Engineer Rashid, and they are in a pre-poll alliance. So extremely interesting election, people coming out in huge numbers, and there is a lot of choice that people actually have to choose from.
Idris Lone, before I let you go very quickly, what time does the polling, stop or end? And what are the election officials saying about this particular polls?
Well, Eric, at 6 o'clock, the polling will end across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, whether it's Shopian, Kulgam, Pulwama, Anantnag, Doda and Kishtwar. All the districts, the polling will finish at 6 o'clock today. And so far, there has been no incident of violence. There has been no incident coming in from the areas very close to the line of control and international border. Security was one of the major concerns for the agencies in Jammu and Kashmir. There's a 3-tier security system in in place all across the polling stations in Kashmir as well as in the Jammu region. The areas which are very close to the line of control, there are special polling booths where security was beefed up a week ago. There are around 300 companies of additional paramilitary forces which were brought in to secure the places where the polling would take place. So it was a major concern for the agencies, but so far all the polling stations, everything is going on peacefully.
All right, that is Idris Lone, our special correspondent, reporting live from Anantnag, Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you, Idris Lone. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.